everyone, and welcome back to WeTeach.U channel. If you are a researcher, a teacher, a student, or anyone who works with large amounts of information, today's video will be a game changer. Today we are diving into NotebookLM. NotebookLM. This is Google's AI-powered research assistant designed to help you organize documents, generate insights, and create summaries in seconds. By the end of this video, you will know how exactly you set it up, what it can do to help you in your research endeavors, and how to use it to radically improve your productivity. Let's get started. First of all, I need to define it. Notebook is Google's AI-driven note-taking and research tool. Think of it as a smart research partner that can read your documents, answer questions about them, summarize key points of your research, and help you write new content based on the sources you upload. Unlike regular chat-based AI tools, NotebookLM is grounded in your documents and only in your documents. That means it only uses the sources you choose, it provides citations for every answer, and it helps you avoid hallucinations. If you're working on a master's thesis or on a PhD dissertation, if you're preparing a lecture, summarizing articles, or analyzing long PDFs, this tool is made for you. To start using NotebookLM.google.com, you open it, you sign in with your Google account or your Microsoft account, and you try it out. First of all, if you want to try it out for the first time, the first step you need to proceed with is to create a new notebook here. So a new notebook is like a workspace where you can upload here, you can upload and explore sources related to the specific topic under research. For example, you can create a notebook here for, if not a research project, for a book you're reading or an article review, for a course you're designing, to create a literature review, or for a workshop you're preparing. Each notebook that you create using this AI tool contains all the resources and an AI assistant trained on these resources to help you fetch the right information in the right place. So after I clicked on Create New, I need to upload my resources. The files that are supported by NotebookLM are of different varieties. You can upload a PDF file, a text file, an audio file, any picture file, a JPEG, any source that you have. So you choose the file, you upload sources, either you drag them and drop them here, or you choose files to upload. Suppose I'm conducting research about embracing the technological metamorphosis. I have an article about this topic, then I upload just one resource, just one article or just one resource, and I upload it to NotebookLM. So while it's being uploaded, let me show you. Here I chose one article. So I told you any topic you are working on, whether you have a book or a research project or a course, or if you are preparing a review of literature for a certain topic, like for example, Generation Alpha or reimagining education, this tool is perfect for you. Because here you can upload all of the articles and all of the research studies related to this field. So here I started adding materials as I did here exactly, and the file that I uploaded is a PDF file. So note that not only is the format of PDF accepted, but also all types of files are accepted, like Google Docs, text files, web links, Google Slides. And you see the upload is very easy. You just choose the file, or if you want, you can drag and drop your files and choose add source. So note that the maximum number of sources that you can upload per notebook is 20 sources. And once you upload it, the way I did here, you get a summary of the article, the title, like here, and a summary of the article with the headings, tables, images, and references and captions. There are many possibilities. One of the possibilities for you when you deal with this research study is to ask NotebookLM to give you an audio overview and generate an AI podcast based on this source. You can also, I'll go over all the options and possibilities that NotebookLM provides me with, and then I choose one or some of these to work on. I can also prepare a video overview, or I generate an explainer video presented by AI. I can create an AI mind map based on my resources. I can create reports, flashcards, quizzes about this, and the choice that I'm going to start with is, for example, to create flashcards about some of the key words that a reader encounters when reading this resource. Notebook, while waiting for the flashcards to be generated, note please that this is one of the biggest advantages, that NotebookLM becomes an expert in your own materials, even those if those materials are 300 pages long. Not only are these options available, but also you have the choice to copy the summary, to evaluate whether you found this summary good or bad, and you can also pin this summary. And if you have questions about this article, specific questions about this article, then you can start typing, for example. If I need a NotebookLM to gather all of the key arguments in this article, then I ask it, what are the key arguments in this article? So I can ask specific question about this, or I already have a number of questions available. I can choose one of them or some of the questions available, like, for example, what pedagogical strategies must universities implement? How is Generation Alpha characterized professionally and digitally? Where did the study conduct empirical investigation? Describe pedagogical approaches. So here is the answer to my questions. What are the key arguments of this article? So not only you have a summary of the article, but also you have all of the key arguments that are raised in this research article. My flashcards are ready. So if you want to check these flashcards, there are 51. It created for me 51 flashcards with short questions about key terms or key issues in this article, like, for example, who is the emergent cohort of learners that educators in higher education are now faced with engaging? And here you have the answer, Generation Alpha. And if the student or if the user of NotebookLM would like to get an explanation, then you can click on Explain, and it will read the resources and explain to you this concept of alpha generation. Another flashcard has the question, what disposition is particularly pronounced in Generation Alpha, predisposing them to embrace innovation? And the answer is an entrepreneurial disposition. So you have a lot of flashcards that highlights the key terms or the key issues. If you want to ask another question, then you can also type questions like summarize the methodology section in simple language, compare the findings. If you have other sources, if you uploaded 5 articles, for example, then you can ask NotebookLM to compare the findings. So here I can add another question, compare the findings of this research study with others. That's another question. I can ask it about the gaps that exist in research, or the research gap that is highlighted in the research itself. And here I have a table comparing the findings of the research study uploaded to NotebookLM with others. And note, when you read the answers, or when you read, for example, points or highlights about certain research findings, then you have for each study the source citations, the exact number of page and the page number, and sometimes you have the direct quote for what the tool is providing you with. So you can also ask it to generate study notes and study guides, glossaries. I'll show you the other options. So up until now, we have created flashcards about this. I can always find it here. Suppose you want to give this article to your student for study purposes, and you want your student to answer questions of a quiz, then you can generate a quiz, or you can create a glossary of terms, definitions, case studies. If you have a lesson, you can ask it to prepare lesson plans for you or presentation summary. So as you see, we can think of NotebookLM as a conversational reading tool where the AI reads the document like it's doing here. It's reading the documents for me and giving me the exact part that I need for my teaching purposes or for my study purposes. So it helps me create the structured content and to generate a study guide based on the resources. If I have a lot of resources, then I can ask it to provide me with an outline of the review of literature. Let's check the generational quiz, the quiz generated by AI, and see the types of questions given. So based on this resource, NotebookLM provided me with 10 questions. These are multiple choice questions according to the provided text. Who coined the term Generation Alpha? So here you have the name of the scholars from among whom you're going to choose the author that coined the term Generation Alpha. So you have a number of questions, and you can continue and share this question. First of all, you can assess this content. You can edit the questions if you want to add some questions, or if you want to edit certain questions. You can share the content with your students, and you can copy them based on the specific needs that you or your students have. And even you can have a scientific analysis of the content. Now, suppose I need to add other resources. I suppose I have several articles about the same topic. I need to upload these resources, 3 further resources. They are being uploaded here. You can check them from here. And you can save the summary that you get of each one of the articles to the notes, and you can start typing the content. So if you want NotebookLM to summarize the content of these for articles, then you get the tool is going to scan the content and to check the scope and sequence and to sift through the pages in order to provide you with summaries, with the key themes, with critical questions, and with practical applications. You can ask NotebookLM to provide you with whatever you need, and this is extremely useful for researchers and teachers and students preparing for exams. So if you have a lot of books and resources to study, then you can ask NotebookLM to provide you with a summary, and certainly you can share this notebook with your students. You just copy the link here and you share it with your students. You copy the link or the QR code and share it with your students. You can also ask NotebookLM to create a draft article or essay based on your resources, and it will generate a structured text with citations that you can verify yourself and refine. So if you want to test the other options that NotebookLM provides you with, for example, if you would like to have a mind map about the sources, then you can also ask to generate a mind map that summarizes the whole, all of the key points about the sources, about generation alpha, and whenever you address a question, then NotebookLM provides an answer that you want to keep. Every time, don't forget when you add notes, don't forget to save the notes so that you share them later with your trainees. This creates a permanent note that appears under your sources. I mean, whenever I go back, then I see featured notebooks created that have been already created, and you see your recent notes. So under your resources here, you see the recent notes with citations and timestamps. So every note that you create on NotebookLM is shown here under the recent notebooks that you created. And of course, you can reorder the notes and add your own tags or even build a full research paper right inside the notebook itself. Here, if I click it, and I can either edit the title or delete it. You can do whatever. And if you're using this for academic work, this becomes a mini knowledge base that grow as you ask questions and define your ideas. So it's generating the mind map. That's the mind map. So it's about generation alpha, challenges, opportunities, and pedagogy. The main ideas are the characteristics of the alpha generation, the key challenges for educator dealing with alpha generation, the strategic opportunities, and the innovative pedagogies and foundational goals. These are the main ideas. This is the mind map. And also, if you would like to try the audio, if you don't have time to read the summary, then you can ask it to create an audio overview or to generate an audio overview that you can check in a few minutes. While waiting for the generation of the audio preview, I want to give a few pro tips to maximize the benefits that you can have from using NotebookLM. Make sure that when you upload the sources here, make sure that if the sources have a good formatting, then you will have a better AI comprehension. So make sure that your resources are very well formatted. And when you start typing questions here, then make sure that you ask specific questions. For example, suppose I have source 1 and source 2 here, and I want the tool to compare the source 1 with source 4, then I need to ask a question like this: compare source 1 and source 2 on the strategic use of or the strategic teaching of generation alpha learners, and you might ask what it knows or what it says about this specific topic in each one of the sources. Sometimes Notebook LM, and rarely, not sometimes, rarely it hallucinates, but this means that you need to verify whether the citations are correct or not. As you noticed at the beginning, I started with one source, then I added two more sources, and I can add up to 20 sources. Notice that I'm building my notebook gradually, and I'm adding sources as my research grows. So this is a folder, a full folder for me that contains all of my resources and the questions. And I need to make sure also that I keep all the drafts inside the notebook. This gives me a perfect research trail. So here I'm still waiting for the audio overview. The audio overview and the video overview, here you can generate, if you use these options, the tool can generate an explainer video that is presented to you using AI, but it takes a little bit more time than the other options available here, like the mind maps and the reports and the quiz. And that's your full walkthrough of how to use NotebookLM. If you'd like a tutorial on how to use it for research writing, for lesson planning, or for review of literature, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with anyone who works with large amount of information, because it will save them hours and hours of work. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. And if you'd like, I can also create a thumbnail text or a short version of the script or a step-by-step PDF handout for your workshop. Just tell me in the comments.